Hi everyone, my name is Nanda Araújo. Welcome to Conversation with Within. My heart is filled with so much gratitude for the opportunity to be here today and connect with you guys one more time. Today I have someone here. She's been here before talking about her spiritual awakening, her gift as well. But today she's in here to talk with us about the subconscious mind. Her name is Christina Mafia, and I'm so grateful for Christina that you took the time to be here with us and go deep, in something that is so important for us to understand the subconscious mind, the power, the positive, the negative side, when the subconscious mind is starting to develop as a baby, it go on and on. But I'm just gonna read a little bit here about Christina. Christina, she's a clinical and a transpersonal hypnotherapist trained through the Institute of Interpersonal Hypnotherapy. She has been working with the subconscious mind for over 7 years. This is beautiful. She has worked with over 500 clients one-on-one and hundreds more in group experience. But the truth is, the person she have spent more time in works is with herself. And this is so beautiful because I do believe that we can never stop work with ourselves because we never stop learning. Thank you so much, Christina, to be here today. And I see that you have one of your beautiful guardian angels, your spiritual guide, whatever I like to call it, with you today,
Yes,
right?
yes, I feel like they're really good at mastering the subconscious mind. So yeah.
Okay. So, Christina, let's start the beginning about talk about the subconscious mind. What is the subconscious mind? What is this thing that everyone's talking, everyone's so obsessed? What is this subconscious mind?
Well, I think everyone's obsessed with it because it's running about 90 to 95% of our life, our day, the way we show up, the way we do things. Let me break it down like a little bit so that people can kind of understand what your subconscious mind is. So you have your conscious mind that sits right here in the front,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have a critical factor, which is like your ego, and then your subconscious mind is in the back. And I always like to think about it as a computer that has like all these files. And these files are things that have happened through our life, evidence that we have seen or things that have happened to us, and we create these files in our subconscious mind. Now, the subconscious mind, the reason it runs most of our life is think about when you go to drive your car, like later on today when we get off of this podcast. Your subconscious mind is great because back in your file, your computer, you just go in there and you say, okay, I remember how to drive my car. I know I put the car in drive. I know I how to do my 10 and 2. So subconscious mind is great for things like that. The issue is, say when you were 7 years old, you saw your dad work, 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 never be around. You have that file back here in your subconscious mind. When you go to work, you pull that file out and you say, well, I've got to work, 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 and I don't have time for family. I don't have time for maybe friendships. I got to make money. So
Wow.
that's how the subconscious mind kind of runs the show. So it's really good if we're in danger, right? If you need to run from a saber-toothed tiger, wonderful. But the thing is, we're not living in the caveman days and we're not facing those dangers that we used to. So subconscious mind is great to keep you safe, to create stability in those things. But the problem with it is we've got programmings from our parents and also from ancestral stuff. So that's why I bring up the caveman days is we've still got files back here from when they were having to survive and run from the big tigers. So that's how the subconscious mind kind of works in our life. Um, but the good news is the subconscious mind, because it's like a computer, it can be reprogrammed. And this is the beauty of the work I do, which is I'm a hypnotherapist. So you can access these different things that have happened and you not that you're going to change them, but you can give your subconscious mind different evidence, different ways to view the world so that you can then tap into maybe you don't want to work 60 hours a week. Maybe you want to spend more time with your kids, or you don't, you want to receive money easily. And those are the things that we want to reprogram. So I want people to know that you're actually in a constant state of hypnosis because of your subconscious mind, 90 to 95% running your program. And we want to break out of that. We want to be more in our super conscious or our conscious mind so that we can start to tap into things like abundance and joy and freedom. And this old system back here isn't running the show or running our life into disease or sickness or, depression, because those things can happen from it.
You know, the first conversation we had before was amazing. I remember I said a few times that I love so much. I mean, I feel that, I remember that I said, I feel that like I know you forever, something like that. But the things that you start talking in the beginning, I felt, oh my God, she must be a psychic. Because it's exactly what happened to me, to my father. My father used to work 17, 19 hours a day, 7 days a week. You know what I mean? So I never spent too much time with my father, play or anything else. When he's come home, I was sleeping. But make long story short, I was listening to you. Yeah, I was talking to you before, and we start recording. And I mean that I'm going through to a lot of change, do a lot of things, especially the subconscious mind. But it's something that for the last few weeks that I'm working to release exactly what I saw with my father.
Mm,
To work, work, work. Sometimes, I mean, I feel if I don't work, I'm not making money. Clients don't gonna come. If I don't post videos on my two YouTube channel, people don't go to subscribe. I feel if I don't go to Facebook or Instagram or TikTok where I post videos over there, message from these people won't connect to me. I have to do something. Then sometimes when I say, you know what, today I'm not gonna do anything. So then I stay home, I don't do nothing. In the end of the day, I feel guilt.
mm.
My sub this is a program in my subconscious mind say, you waste a lot of time today. You could have do this. You could have record a video for YouTube. You could have sent invitation to people. Blah, 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 blah. This conversation inside my mind.
So let me tell you a little bit about why this happens. Let me ask you this first. How old were you when your dad was working that much? About what
Uh, uh,
age?
well, till the age now, or probably 17, 18. Then when he starts to slow down a little bit. But when I was young, I very well see my father. My father, like I said, used to come at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, or 1 o'clock, whatever. I
So
was
since
sleeping.
you were way little, since you were
Yeah, yeah,
basically
yeah,
t
yeah.
tiny as you can think.
Since I
So
was a baby, yeah. Since I was a
yeah.
baby, because
So
I'm sorry. He had 4 children. My mother never works. My mother stay home take care of the kids. So he have to take care of 4 kids plus my mother, plus after that my cousins come to live with us as well. You know.
So little Nando saw at a really young age, like dad was always working, dad had to provide, dad necessarily wasn't there because he was working. So what happens is before the age of 10, really the age of 7, and you have a young one, so you can see this, we're very open. We're like sponges. Little
Yeah.
kids are just, they're taking in everything they see. And so before the age of 7, we're the most programmable. So in that age range, is when you start to see the world, view the world, and it's usually through the way your parents view the world. Because we're so little, the people that are teaching us are either our parents or maybe they're caretakers. So really your environment is what impacts your subconscious mind. They've done studies on this. I know there's Darwin's theory, and then you can talk about Freud, you can go into him. But I think a lot of those theories are kind of misled because they say
Yeah,
like
I agree.
your DNA or your genetics is what creates you to behave in certain ways or to get certain diseases. And if you listen to Bruce Lipton, he actually says it's your environment. And I agree with him on that because
I have to agree too.
environment is like that breeding ground for whatever emotional state that you start to create in your life, whatever beliefs that you start to believe. And so before the age of 7, if you saw your dad working all the time, you then grow up with that file back there that says, if I'm not working, blank, or if I don't have money, blank. So when that happens, you can start to feel a sense of guilt. And the guilt usually is something deeper, which goes to the thing I talked about earlier, which is safety. And if you think about it, you can all do this now. It's like um, money was blank growing up. And maybe money was hard to make. Money meant that you didn't spend time with your family. Money was a sense of guilt. If you fill in that sentence, you can see kind of what your limiting belief is around money. And what the truth is, usually it has to do with safety and security. We're all afraid of if we don't have money, we're going to die. And so this goes back to the subconscious mind. Guess what your subconscious mind's job is? It, at the end of the day, it just wants to keep you safe. And so if we don't feel safe, it's difficult to go in, like we were talking before, it's difficult to listen to affirmations or abundance mantras because if your subconscious mind's going, yeah, right, we're not safe, guess what it's doing? Spitting it out. So this is where deeper work comes in, like hypnotherapy, because you can get into this trance meditation state. I really don't like to call it trance because it's really more of a meditation state where you start to relax and you can gain some more safety and clarity, and then you can reprogram your subconscious mind. You can reprogram your subconscious mind in a waking state. It's just a little bit more challenging. So if you're not working with a hypnotherapist and this is just something you want to do on your own, think about right before you go to bed. If anyone's ever been in like that, you're kind of awake, but you're kind of falling asleep. Have you ever felt that state? Like where you're
Yeah.
right about to go to bed and you're like in
Yeah.
and out? That's theta. And that is the spot where the subconscious mind is the most active. Like kids are running around in theta state all the time. It's called the dream world.
Hmm.
And so right before you go to bed and right before you wake up, you're in theta. So that is the best time to do affirmations, to take a second to meditate, start your day in a positive way, and that can actually help reprogram your subconscious mind.
This is beautiful. This is something that I'm doing more often right now. Even the last 2 weeks, I changed a little because I got up around like 4:30 in the morning. I changed a little bit the things that I used to do before, and I'm doing something else. As soon as I wake up, I need to brush my teeth. You know, first, the first thing, you know. So yeah, I don't know why, but anyway. So I just coming here to the living room. So then I something that I listen I decide to listen every morning. The first thing, but the first thing that when I open my eyes, I say some gratitude that I'm grateful that I'm alive for another blessed day. But then I just listen something that I felt God to listen every morning, because the Spirit guide me to do this. Say, is nothing there. Take the time to fill up your subconscious mind with the
Yeah.
information. And then after that, you do the other things. So they asked me to change things. Like I was talking to you a little bit in the beginning before I start recording, that I'm going through this change now. And I feel that this is time for me to break through now to so many things now. But once again, I do feel that some things now inside my subconscious mind, they are protect me, even though some things that I did before, workshops, some other things now, I kind of stop. I'm gonna do it again. I found another place for me to do it. And then the old program come to me. It caused me some a little bit anxiety, but I did that a bunch of times. I know how to do it. I'm okay to talk in front of people. I know what I need to do, but something is still there, back there. You know what I mean? It kind of feel like it protect me. But I feel those things is not here to protect me. I feel those things that they are here to kind of stop me. But this is something because I do believe we can change this. So I like to talk a little bit more how to change this program inside the subconscious mind. I know they had so many things we can do, affirmation, but when I'm trying to say, like I use myself, I say some affirmations, I pray in the morning, I visualize some things, but I feel sometimes that I'm not ringing now, fighting now. It's me here
Yeah.
and my old self over there, bang,
Yes.
bang. You know what I mean? So man, let me knock you out. You know what I mean? So I can stay here and say, hey, I won. I don't know, disciplination. But how can you? release this? How can I control? How can I change this? No?
Well, I think in order to release it, we've got to talk about the two states first, and it's kind of what you're talking about. I call it conflicting parts. It's parts work in hypnotherapy. If you guys listen to David Baer, he talks about powerful states and primal states. So your subconscious mind, and I'm not saying your subconscious mind is all ego, but a lot of the subconscious mind has a lot of primal energy. Again, it goes back to safety, security. So that's what you're talking about when you're like fighting this part of yourself. It's the primal state that is wanting to protect you. And then your powerful state is over here. I always think of angel and devil. You could use it that way.
That's fine. That's
Powerful
fine with me.
primal,
Yeah.
right? Higher self, maybe lower self. But it's just that one part saying, I want to do this. I want to speak. I want to step into my greatness. And the other part of you, the primal part, is saying, yeah, right, that's scary. We can't do that. I'm making up things it could say, but that's not going to happen. It's over here going, we got to stay safe. We got to stay small because of whatever happened when you were younger or whatever you saw happen to your parents or people around you. So that part's not bad. It's just that that part's been running the show. So it's a more familiar part. And so what happens is it comes up when you go to step more into these greater parts of yourself, these powerful states. So really the way to transform that is to start to be more aware when you get into that place of, I'm trying to protect you. I'm trying to keep you from speaking up and start to ask it like, what is it that you're trying to protect me from? What are we afraid of? Because we need awareness first. If we just say, I'm going to ignore that part and I'm going to focus on my greatness over here, this part's going to come up even stronger because it wants to be seen. It played a role in your life for a good amount of time, and at some point it did a good job. So we've got to acknowledge the part. We need to have more awareness and understanding of why it's doing what it's doing. And from there, you can start to actually talk to that part of yourself and you can say, okay, like we've been doing this, but look, it's kind of holding us back from where we want to go. And so this is something I do deeper when we do hypnotherapy because you can actually talk to your parts. You could also just make a nice list of the things that you don't so much enjoy about this part and the things it's been doing in one column, I don't prefer column. And then you could take a piece of paper on the other side and the things I do prefer. And so all you're doing again is you're gaining awareness. It's really easy for the subconscious mind because it runs the show to do a don't want column, the things we don't prefer.
Hmm.
You think of it right now, if you think about money, it's probably really easy for you to come up with 5 to 10 things that you don't prefer about the things that are happening in your life around money right now. Like I know in my life right now, I don't prefer to be working really hard to make money. I
Me
don't
neither.
prefer that I don't have enough money, maybe. That's something I'm struggling with. So it's really easy to make that don't want column. The truth is when we go to say like, I do want money, we're not usually as clear on that because the subconscious is running the show. And so it's easier to make the don't want list first and then flip it, and your do want list will be very clear. It's a really cool exercise. If anybody wants to do it, it's just don't prefer, do prefer columns. And you can kind of see it's really just more of gaining awareness on where your mind's at, where your subconscious mind is at.
I love what some things I just said a few moments ago. It does something that I work to myself a lot. Even I talk to my son as well. To even with clients, don't ignore your feelings, your fears, your thoughts. Don't ignore anything that's come to you, but ask the right questions. This is exactly what you just said a few moments ago. Ask the right questions. Have a conversation with their thought, with their feeling, with the emotion, whatever is coming to you. Have a conversation. Don't ignore it. But always something that I work to myself, it just don't. I don't want to stay there for too long. I don't want to feed that thing for too long. Because if you connect okay, I'm trying to say, let me change a little bit. When you something comes, if a negative thought, about something that you are just faced right now, if you go there, oh, yeah, this is gonna be bad. Oh, this is gonna be bad. You are just feeling more the energy.
Peaceful.
Then after that, you just block yourself to receive any guides or anything else. What I'm trying to say, you just having a conversation. Don't ignore what you are feeling. Oh, you are
Right.
here. Oh, I'm feeling this fear right now. I'm feeling some anxiety right now related to these things to talk about, to do this workshop. Okay, so let's talk about it here. Why
Yeah.
did I feel this? Why you are here with me right now? Why you try to show more or area in my life that I maybe have some type of a resistance that I'm feeling this. I mean, attracted this in here to me. What I maybe need to release now, start asking some questions. No, say, why me? Oh shit, this happened again. Here we go again. Oh my god. No. I mean? Even it's something that I talked to my son as well. I mean? Don't get, he was having some few months ago some anxiety test problem. And then I work with him uh, to start work some breath work and start breathing on inhale and exhale. But I remember that I said to him, don't ignore what you are feeling, Elias.
Yeah.
But just don't feed the energy. So he did so a few times, I mean, so it took about 2 or 3 weeks, something like that. And then after that, he never had that again. So he learned how to control. But I told him,
Hmm.
don't ignore it now. Don't try to do something else so you're gonna distract your mind. And
Yeah.
I mean, you think that is gonna go away.
So I love that you brought that up because that loop, the best way to break out of it is to ask questions. Because it's like animals. If you ever watch a dog and if you've seen a dog that's been abused, a lot of times they're either scared or they attack, right?
Yeah,
It's one or the other. It's that fight or flight type of energy. There's
yeah.
freeze and fawn too, but animals respond from that type of way. So if they're going to attack someone, they get hyper focused. They're in a loop, a pattern. So the only way to break them out of the loop, if anyone watches Caesar, is he usually snaps or he does that and human beings are like that too. And so I love that you brought up asking a question because what that does is it breaks us out of the loop. And our loops were created over years. So this is where what you're saying, Nando, is giving yourself permission that you're not breaking the loop today. I mean, maybe you are, but it's about going back and asking those questions for more awareness, more awareness. And what the awareness does is it unwinds the loop. It allows us to understand ourselves better and in understanding ourselves better, that's really what healing is. I don't even like the word healing anymore because I think I brought this up in the last one we did. It's really about just understanding ourselves better, remembering who we were before we came here and the truth of all of us, which is that divine power within. So,
The other thing too that I was listening to, and you mentioned before, I think the subconscious mind is 90, managed about, I don't like 95% of a behavior reaction and the habits now, and so many other things. It's something, you know, this is not a joke because I think it was a couple of months ago, I was working with a client here. And the spirit asked me to say to her, tell her this is a AI. This is not a brain. This is an AI. Whatever that you think, whatever it creates, or anything that you want here, this is AI. Like now we have all this app. You know what I mean? You can create things. You know what I mean? AI go there anyway. So, but I want try to say, because like I said, 95% of a behavior reaction and a habit. So, and a habit is something that I had, I don't know, billions of bad, I call bad good habits, since I was a child, And for me to break through all these habits inside my subconscious mind was not an easy thing, But I'm so grateful that I went through so much. That now I understand that I mean, how we can control our habits now. It changed those habits, but when I'm trying to say, I work a lot with my son. He's gonna be 9 years old on 15, April 15. With anything that I see, I never judge him or criticize him. I always talk to him with kindness, with love. But I use a lot of this word habit, When he's in a martial arts now, or some other things like here, or sometimes when he's play games a little bit, I'm always trying to explain to him, Elias, it's very important. that you always control all the things that you do in your life, all the areas in your lives, so you don't create a bad habit. Because a
Hmm.
bad habit, I mean, will be there in your subconscious mind. It will grow the more you do. When you do one thing, create a bad habit, right? You're gonna continue to do more, and then after that it start affect all other areas in your life. It's gonna affect your behavior to me, to mother, affect your behavior in school, you learn the process, it's go on, because you are going to start connecting. You're gonna say, well, I'm not gonna respect my father, my mother, well, I'm not gonna listen to my teacher in school. One habit is gonna lead to connect to another one, another one, another one. It is something that he's, even though he's only 9 years old, he been, sometimes he talks to me, Daddy, now I understand why now my friend, and I mean, he's been react this way, react that way. The other day, he, no, I think it was a couple months ago, we were having dinner together, and he was talking about, his mother. I have some habits as well, but some things that she has, but then he told him that, why she acted like this. She has all these behaviors, these bad habits with me, these things with me, is because her mother, did this with her. And her mother did the same things. We passed to one generation. I was listening to him,
Yeah.
to another generation. All these bad habits. I mean, then you keep those bad habits with you, but like I said, it grows, grows, grows. But we can work those things on. But when you mention, I like to bring the ego as well. When you brought to the ego in a subconscious mind, yeah, the ego uses all these bad habits, so all these things that we went through, and I mean, to try to manipulate us. The way that I see our ego is the a second person we have inside ourselves. Is another me with me. But
Yeah.
this another me with me is the one that carrying all the trauma,
Yeah.
all
And
the things,
the
I mean,
ego,
that we went through. We have this another person right here. That's how I see our ego. Is the other person so insecure, so connected, so much fear, so protected. They are constantly talk to us.
so the truth about the ego is there's some good things about the ego. The ego
Oh, a
creates
lot of good
identity.
things.
Yeah, the ego creates identity, it creates courage, those types of things. I think what you're talking about has to do with when we get into those primal states, right? So primal states are states like sadness, depression, hopelessness, feeling unhappy with where we're at, stuck. And then powerful states are more joy, freedom, abundance, those types of things. And we move between the states. You can't be in both states at the same time. It's just not possible. You're either in one or the other. You can move around from them, but we all want to be in powerful states like joy and abundance. So where habits come in is habits usually are something that's trying to keep us from looking at why we don't feel safe or we don't feel satisfied. So a lot of times these bad habits we've created are more of, I almost like to think of them as like a way to disassociate from actually dealing what's going on underneath. So like any limiting beliefs or emotional feelings that we're trying to repress. And the truth a lot of times about habits is in order to break a habit, you almost have to replace it with something. And it could be a good habit, right? Like maybe if you're trying to stop drinking, it's like you replace it with working out. So as human beings, we're creatures of habit,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
It's a way to keep, it goes back to the safety thing. It's a way to keep us safe. It's a way to keep us satisfied. So you've got to replace the habit. The thing is, the other thing, and this is what I was going to bring up earlier, is the subconscious mind. We could talk about this a lot, but it's not just the subconscious mind. The mind's only one part of the whole as a human. We've got our nervous system, and when you were talking about like your son having anxiety, that's more held in the body, in the nervous system. And so even if you just worked on your subconscious mind, I feel like that alone wouldn't be enough because a lot of the things from your subconscious mind are actually stored in your physical body. And so now if we work on the mind, we can still have these feelings of anxiety or tightness in the chest. It's almost it's almost like you have to be working on the body as a whole. So nervous system reset is really important. Things like yoga things like cold plunging, things like walking, working out. And I think that's sometimes why these other bad habits, maybe it's martial arts, but that's why it's sometimes we replace it with these bad habits like drinking or eating or overindulging, is because our body is also asking for something.
Yeah, what you just mentioned few months ago, yeah, to like yoga. I love to do this, like some yoga in the morning, some meditation. And like I was talking to my son this morning, that he said, Dad, why you get up so early? Why you sleep late? He like to sleep late, The kids love to sleep. So he sleep for 10, 12 hours, like a rock.
They're on to something because that's good for
Yeah,
your nervous system.
yeah, but I was talking to Elias. I do love to get up, between 4:30, because this is a quiet time for that. Everybody's sleeping, so well, I explained to him this has helped me so much, because I still have so many things to work on into my life from the past, yesterday, some few years ago. But I don't know what's gonna come to me today, what life is gonna bring to me today. So I feel that I want to spend all these hours in the morning meditating, pray, visualize, say my affirmation, practice yoga. Help me to go through my day. Help me to control my emotions, my thoughts, my feelings. Help me to learn how to react. No just react. You know what I mean? So, like, he had something. He woke up, then went to my bed. Then after that, he was a little bit cranky this morning. So I was fine. I was kissing him and hugging him. Leave me alone. Then after that, he came, so I'm sorry, Daddy, blah, blah, blah. But then I talked to him. See, when you were cranky to Dad, you pushed me away. I was connected to so much love, Elias, so much compassion, so much patience, so much understanding that I was fine the entire time. But this is myself, what I feel, this is so important for me. If I, yes, even sometimes I'm so tired and I want to sleep more. I say, no, I need to get up. I need to prepare myself. When I'm trying to say, I create a habit,
Hmm.
to just help myself because we don't have time to go through my personal life here right now. But I went through so many things that I was able to release so many other things in my life, but I still so many other areas that I can improve more, I can work more. And I feel this is important for me to make this long story short. I wasted so much time in my life before, so much time in my life before. So now the way that I feel every time that I have some time available, I'm gonna do something, not just for myself, but to help someone else as well. I'm in this stage of my life right now. I did at all when I was young. I don't feel the need to do things that that I did when I was young anymore. I just feel that I need to continue to work more, to change more, to help more. And I just understand this thing here that a few months ago I said this spirit said it's a AI,
Yeah.
to understand my subconscious mind, to release these old programs, this to work to fear, to not just to feel it, understand, but to believe now that I'm not capable to do anything and I deserve everything,
Yeah. And how lucky your son is because you're teaching him that by taking care of yourself, you're able to hold space for other people. And he's learning that too. Like by taking care of himself, he can show up to hold space for others. And I honestly think that's you breaking the loop of already even what your dad was doing.
I did thought about that, but I love so much. You always say the right thing to me, Christina. But yeah, I do believe that, my friend. It's not something like I said that I fought against now, but I know that I have some things that no, let me change. I want to try to say it's so important for me right now to take this opportunity life gives to me today that I'll be here alive to continue to work in those areas, to break those chains so I don't pass this to him. You know what I mean?
Well,
I don't
I
pass this
think
to
I think some of the subconscious mind too is and you said this even before with meditation and things like that, but it is just being present with what you've already done, the change you've already broken, focusing more on that and less of what I haven't done yet because you've already done so much. And I think this is something I just learned recently when I was working with my coach because I'm very much like you, always trying to do better. And something I realized is I'm also missing out on just basking in the moment where I am right here, better, great, whole. And I think more of that also helps change the subconscious mind.
Yeah. But the one thing that I like to mention here, Christina, this is I was listening to before. It just come to me. It's so important for us, when you make a decision to change our lives, or any areas, whatever areas it is that you we feel that we need to work to change, is people. We need to be very careful with people because the people we have in our lives, they can be friends, they can be in a relationship, even they can be the people you watch on TV, the people you listen, the music they are singing over there. All those people affect us very, very much. And now I understand why, since I separated from my son's mother, they went through divorce, and I mean, that before I had used to have a terrible fear to be by myself, to live by myself. I always need to have be with someone. Before, I was constantly in a relationship with someone. If you break up with me today, tomorrow I was hunting for someone to be with me. But for the last 7 years, I'm fine. I don't say that I don't want to be with someone yet, but I'm gonna try to say I understand now why that I'm by myself all these years because I have to walk away from a lot of people. I have to walk away from relationships. You know what I mean? Because to work with myself. And but what I'm trying to say is so important for people to understand. Sometimes it feels like now you are banging your head against the wall and you think you're gonna go through the wall. But I want to try to say it's someone that you have in your life is kind of interfere with your energies now. It's kind of now constantly okay. The way the spirit are showing me here now, it's like you are na race. Uh, 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 a car race, right? Like
Mhm.
NASCAR, right? They go in this air, going 200 miles. They bumping each other. That I don't watch those races, but it bump, right? It bump.
Right.
It's like that process constantly bumping, try to pass through you, try to push you to the side. You try to stay in the line, you try to win the race, but it constantly bumping you. What I'm trying to say, you're constantly work with yourself, but the process constantly bumping in you, bring some more things. Yeah, you can say, oh yeah, that process in your life, I mean, to help. The process triggers something new. I don't disagree with those things, but I'm gonna try to say, a lot of times, I mean, we need to set some boundaries. It's say, this is enough.
Yeah.
And I mean, this is enough. I don't need you anymore. But like I said, they can be with a partner, or they can be with something watching TV, or place we go, or people you are talk, or things we are seeing or post on social media. We need to set some boundary and stop with those things,
Yeah.
because they had such a huge, power over us. And once again, it become a habit that we create. And I wrote something here. Habit is addiction. You become addicted to them.
Yeah. You can even
But
become addicted to change or fixing yourself or healing yourself. So we can become addicted to a lot of different things. They're not always just the things we think are bad.
yeah, but I
Getting
think
addicted to the gym.
people, but like I said, think about these things about people. That's what I suggest for you guys that listen to this. Think about the people that you have in your life right now.
Yeah.
So many people are connected with someone, because of financial situation or because they love them so much. You know what I mean? Then you create this codependence, on me, that you feel that that person is necessary in your life. You need to have that person in your life, like I used to have before. I don't have anymore. But I believe, like I say, it's so important for us to, what I'm trying to say, to do some kind of inventory. You know what I mean? Let me start sitting here to myself right now. I'm gonna turn off my cell phone, and I want to see what's going on in my life, in my workplace, with my family, in this relationship that I'm at right now, with some friends that I have. Let me see here. When you sit with yourself and start looking for all those things, you know what I mean, like you are watching a movie now, there you're sitting here and watch and watch, you're gonna start see so many things, you know what I mean, that are happening in your life right now that you don't need them. And you can start putting it away a little bit, pushing away a little bit, so you can create more space for yourself. Because, like I said, with me, I don't feel the need that used to have before to go out at the time, to be around the people at the time. I can stay here by myself for hours and hours and hours.
Which is a beautiful thing to be able to be so at peace and to enjoy your company so much that, you can be alone.
Yeah,
But I
but at
think
least,
there's two sides to this, and I agree with what you're saying about boundaries, and I think this has a lot to do with the subconscious mind and the nervous system is what we consume, whether it's television, the people, what you're saying, Nando, the people we're around. But something I learned on this journey, and I always laugh because I was working with my hypnotherapy teacher, and I said to her, I got rid of this friend and I worked on this relationship and then I worked on myself. I was like, but I don't understand. I'm still bumping up against people. I'm like, there's still people coming in that are triggering me. And she said, yeah, that's how we learn. So she's like, everything's going good in your partnership. Everything's going good in your friendships. But then you got a client that's bumping up against you. And then your client's good, your partner's good, you got a friend bumping up against you. The truth about people, and it's important to have boundaries, right? That's part of learning with people, but the truth about people is they're kind of like the race cars, and the reason they bump up against us is because it's reflecting back to us something that we're learning about ourselves if we choose to look at it that way. So I always like to say, if we have someone in our life that is bumping up against us, the best way to look at it is ask the question, what is this trying to show me or teach me about myself?
mm,
Because when we start to ask that question, it will start to make us more aware of our own behavior. And then when we change that behavior, guess what? Those race cars, they're just going to either go flying by or they're going to be left in the dust and we're not going to be bumping up against them anymore.
I
Make
love,
room, make space for other people to come in.
I love that. But one thing I was listening to you, Christina, and I wrote in here, because we told my respect so many people out there. They say we sign up this contract with people before I come down here, incarnating here. We need those relationship to learn to grow. We need all those things. We need all those people. I don't disagree with those people, but I don't agree with them as well 100%. Because something that I learned a long time ago, we don't need people in our lives. I don't say be in a relationship to grow. Like so many people teach out there, you need those relationships in order to grow. You cannot avoid being in a relationship for people in order to grow. That's how you grow. That's how to learn. I don't agree with that 100% because what I learned to myself, what the spirit talk to me, is something that I talk to my clients now. When you walk by the front door, my friend, you know what? Do you know what's waiting for you outside? Is teachers, 10, 20,000 of teachers waiting for you every single day when you step outside of your front door.
Mhm.
They're all there waiting. Hey, good morning. How are you this morning? So good to see you. Ready or not? Here, here.
Yeah.
Things start coming. You start driving, someone cut you off in traffic. So you open down the window. Hey, you motherfucker! This you got anger at them, right? Me, I say, I forgive or bless our Lord 3 times, right? They don't make me mad anymore. You're gonna buy a cup of coffee. You ask for no sugar. The day when you grab it, oh my God, man, what's wrong with you? Can you read it? Can you read the English? Say here, no sugar, man. Can you make another one? I'm not hurry. Come on, hurry, hurry. What I'm trying to say, life never stop give us opportunities to learn and to grow.
Right.
Anonymous, like I said, I'm not against those people, but I feel that's not the truth now, the 100% the truth now, we need to be in a relationship. You cannot avoid relationship. It's a contract that you sign up out there. You
Mhm.
need to be in relationship with this person, with that person, so you can learn that you can grow. Now, my friend, the last 7 years that I've been by myself, this is true story. I learned more and grew more than never before.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And I think that I agree with you. I think everyone's different. So I think some people learn in closer relationships and other people do it in different ways. So it tends to be that the people closest to us trigger us the most.
Mm.
So some of us need more of that learning. It doesn't mean stay in those relationships, but I think some of us learn more through that. And then other people, like you said, you were alone for 7 years. You learned more through the people you engaged with. But you do have a son and you live with him. So I imagine he teaches you a lot.
Oh, I have no idea. He's a, because at least I something that I talked to him more than one time to always express, himself to me, to his mother, to everyone. But I always talk to him, not with anger. You need to express yourself. If you want people to understand what you are trying to say, or if you want to help them, or express anything that you are feeling, you need to speak with kindness, compassion to them. You cannot do the same thing that they are doing with you. But
Yeah.
I give him the freedom to talk to me about anything. I mean, anything at all. It doesn't matter what you see, what I say, whatever it is, Elias. Just come to me and speak your truth to me.
You're
And he's
holding
doing,
a safe space for him, which is what that's what we're all searching for. Every single one of us, adult, children, old, young, we all want to feel safe, safe and
and
satisfied.
yeah, that's something I never had, Christina. I never had.
Yeah.
I grew up in a very disturbed family, you know what I mean? So I created a lot of bad habits. And my subconscious mind was filled with so much fear, so much anxiety, so much, oh my God, so much shit, so much bad stuff, so much trauma.
Uh-huh.
And was not an easy journey, you know what I mean? But I understand why that I chose the family, my father, you know what I mean? So, but I say to myself many times, I look myself in the mirror and say, I'm very proud of you, Nando, for all the things that you accomplished in your life, all the things that you changed in your life, so for the person that you are right now, you know what I mean? So, like I was talking to you, before I start recording, about my old son, and I went to work, I was working to client, and I mean, helping the people, and no one knew, that I just lost a son, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna try to say that I was not trying to hide anything or avoid to face the reality. But I'm in a place right now that things that if these things happened with me maybe 20 years ago, 30 years ago, probably would have been total lost, depressed for so many years. But what I'm trying to say now, I have a different understanding,
Yeah.
and I have so much respect, for what people want to do with their lives, with their own lives. So I learned that it doesn't matter. It can be my son or my wife or whoever it is. I can try to do my best to help them. But if they don't want to be helped, them, I have to step back and I respect their freedom.
Yeah.
And this is something for me in the past, and I mean, it was impossible to accept. But now I accept and I understand, my friend.
But
I,
isn't that amazing that you have such an understanding and you went through so much challenge so young that you're able to go from something so unsafe to create that safety, not only for yourself, but for your son and for other people. And this is the power of the subconscious mind also that can be flipped is taking those challenging situations and turning them into a powerful state, what you're doing.
but this, Christina, I agree with you 100%, my friend. But are you say this now to everyone? Maybe they are listening to this conversation for the first time. I always tell people, you can say beautiful, beautiful, beautiful things about yourself. I can say a million beautiful things about myself here right now. the things that are changing my life, the people that I forgive, my father, if I was able to love my father before he died, I said that to him. It was a beautiful moment. But one thing that I always tell people, I can fake so many things about me, but one thing I cannot fake, my friend, it is no one else can fake as well, is our energies.
Hmm.
Or you have or you don't. That's it. You
Right.
can go out there, I can say, oh, my friend, I have a very good energy. I'm always connected to positive, I'm always, namaste. I don't get upset. I'm always bunch crap. You're gonna feel, anyone can feel. But this in here, no one can fake, my friend. Like I said, or you have or you don't have.
Yeah.
When I'm trying to say, like, when you connect for the first time, when I felt for you, there's so many people, so many clients that you have, friends that you have. The same thing with me, or people that go to you, they come to me. How many times you heard people say, I was drawn to you, Christina?
Yeah.
I was looking on your website popping on my computer,
Mhm.
on my cell phone. How many times you heard that? A lot of times, right? Me
Yeah.
too. But it's not the things that the person heard on my YouTube channel. No, it's my energy, The
Frequency.
universe said, I'm gonna connect with this person, with Christina, with Nando, because they are going to help you. They have
Yeah.
something for you. If they, you heard that a lot of times, right? I was drawn to you, Christina. As soon as I saw your website, so oh my God, I need to call her right away. I need to book a session with her, blah, blah, blah.
I mean, and part of me thinks that yes, that it's a gift and it's energy, but I also think part of it is a choice that we've made on this journey. And this is why I always bring it up is when I'm teaching somebody this work or someone comes to me and they say they want to help other people, I always say, make sure you help yourself first
Mm.
because it's that choice that you chose to help yourself first, that I chose to help myself first, that allows people to be drawn to us. I think we're all capable of it. I think even people that go through a lot of dark challenge, I think the people that go through the most challenging stuff are actually the most capable because they've seen what it's like to be in that dark place and now to bring the light. But I think we're all capable of it. It literally is just a choice. That's what a belief is. It's a choice.
But it is. I agree with you. But like I said, these things about energy is something beautiful, because we create a different energies, and we connect with different energies through our inner work. Yeah. When I just said that you need to work with yourself, you need to help yourself. You know what I mean? So you cannot just, so I want to help people, I want to do good for people. You just ignore all the things that you went through. You put all the things on the rug. Say, I don't want to deal with those things. And I just want to help people. I don't want to forgive no Nando for what he did with me in the past. I don't want to pray for that Buddha over there. But I want to help people.
Because you'll
No.
be bleeding your stuff all over everyone. And that this is what you're seeing a lot of times with people that are bumping up against us is really what they're going through is they just haven't taken care of themselves. That's
Yeah.
the truth. I don't think people are inherently evil. I know this is a conversation people might say. I think we all have that good and evil in us. I think it's a choice. And if you take care of yourself first, you're able to show up better for other people. I don't think there's like a magic secret to any of this work. I think it really is prioritizing your own needs because we all have needs and things that we need to feel safe, we need to feel secure, we need to feel seen. And the only way to start to do that is to gain awareness on yourself. And I think too, maybe that's why what you said, you spent so much time alone. I think that's so powerful because you were able to gain so much awareness on yourself, like understand yourself better. I mean, do you feel that way?
100%, my friend. But listen, one thing that with all my respect, I'm not judging anyone out there, but it's not thousand millions and millions of people out there is being talk about the subconscious mind, and I have so much respect. I watch many people don't talk before, and they do say some beautiful things as well, some good things that I agree, some other don't agree. But in the other side, like, I just feel right now, my friend. Once again, I'm not judging anyone by any means. I just feel right now, people are using the subconscious mind, subject, to say, I'm gonna make so much money with this right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
I'm not against the money. I charge people, for my sessions. You charge people for your sessions as well. But I'm gonna try to say you cannot try to help people or develop something new. Put money first. How much money gonna make? Money will come. My point is, money will come with those things. Even from some different areas, people can donate maybe today like $1 million in your website. Give it to you. You never knew gonna find out who's donated this $1 million. But I'm gonna try to say when you create something to help someone, but you put only money there, my personal opinion, this is the wrong way to do
Yeah.
anything.
It's the wrong
To
intention.
help yourself and to help the others. That's reason, Chris. I'm gonna let you talk. But when last year they received the guidance, for the spirit to create this channel, they give the name, say this is what I need to do. Start invite people, blah 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 blah, to talk about things. Was just to help people. You know what I mean? I'm not saying, hey, you want to have a session with me? This is my website. No. In the end of the video, I always ask my guests, if you want to share how people can reach out to you, it's not wrong there. But I'm not here asking for donation. I'm not here asking for money. I'm just giving my time. She just giving her time right now. We are just helping people to understand something. And one thing I like to say, I'm gonna let you talk. That I ask so many times. I ask the spirit for different things in life. Say to bless me with this gift. I'm not gonna mention what it is, but bless me with this gift. But I don't say that I make a deal with them. I say I'm not going to make it. I'm not gonna charge any money for this. I just want to help. I just want to help. I'm not gonna charge any money for this. And I do so many things, Christians. When I'm here, when I'm outside for people,
Hmm.
they don't know that I'm doing those things for them. But I'm not telling anyone, and I'm not go to them ask any money. Hey, I just prayed for you. Hey, I just sent healing for your broken leg right now that I saw you broke. But no, I don't say anything. I'm constantly doing things. That's something that I ask for this spirit. Bless me with those gifts. Bless me with small gifts so I can help more.
People.
But I don't focus one single time to make any money at all. Just to give, just to serve. Give it to serve without expect anything in return. Because now I just wanna a little bit when you're talking in the beginning about myself, these things about money, so many other things. Sometimes when I manifest, I feel some things is coming to me. Then after that, don't come to me, it goes away. What I learned for the experience to do a lot of things to help people without ask for money or without to tell anyone about the things that I'm doing for them. I'm just releasing myself for this thing. This I need to charge in order to make money. What I'm trying to say, I'm not trusting in the universe that money can come in different ways. Like I mentioned a few months ago, a donation for $1 million on my website. Right now, boom, I'm gonna receive, something on my phone say you got money. Someone donates $1 million in a website. But
Right.
what you mentioned a few months ago about, so I wanna killing myself work 50 or 60 hours. It didn't say that, but I example 50 or 60 hours a day to make money. Maybe don't you stay home 1 day or 2 days, say, you know what, I'm not gonna do anything today. I'm just gonna enjoy me, my dogs, my boyfriend, whatever. And money will come. And then you look at the end of the day in your bank account, where this money coming from? Or donation coming from? Where you have 10 voicemail for new clients,
Yeah.
you know?
So I think this money can be a tricky, challenging, maybe something some people don't like to talk about, but I think it's something we should be talking about more because I agree with a lot of the things you're saying, and this goes back to the subconscious mind. Money is a very primal state for a lot of people because it goes back to, and I'm not saying what people are doing is right, but I'm just trying to explain why people behave in this manner is the reason some people just care about money is because they're cared about safety and security. And in their mind,
Yeah.
they think if they don't have money, they are not safe. So this goes back to the subconscious mind. And the truth is, money is just an energy. We've been conditioned to, again, conditioned, hypnotized, to believe that money is something we have to either work hard for. Money is hard to make, is a lot of things that people say. Money is evil. I've heard that before. So these beliefs create a stigma around money. And like you said, Nando, it's really just an energy. So money, it's called currency, right? For a reason. It's a current of energy in and out. A lot of times we have a fear around money that if we don't have enough money, we'll be homeless. And if we're homeless, we'll die. So that's why people get so focused in this negative mindset around money and they lose track of what really the intention is. And so you said a great thing. Your intention is you want to help more people. You want to help, you want to be of service. So when you look at money from that state, that's more of a powerful state. Your intention is to be of service, and that's why when you look at it that way, money can flow in through different avenues. It doesn't have to be through work. It doesn't have to be through, doing your podcast. Like you said, you could just get $1 million. The issue is a lot of us don't believe that because, again, our subconscious mind kicks that out and says, that's not possible.
It happened. Yeah.
Right? It goes into fight or flight. So I'm not saying people doing these things to make millions of dollars and that's their only intention is the right intention. I'm just saying people do that because it's actually a state of survival. And so we've got to start talking. I think we got to start talking more about money, and we've got to change the idea of what money is, because money is our birthright.
Yes. I
Money,
love that. Money is a birthright. I
it
love
is,
that.
and we deserve to
Yeah.
be taken care of and
Yeah.
supported and safe and stable. And that's really, if you think about why you want money, it's not for the, even people that are billionaires. I mean, we could go to the extreme that some of them want power and control. But again, we don't want money for the money. We want it for a feeling. We want it for an emotion. So when I think about money, I want it to feel secure. That's the feeling. I want it for freedom. There's other people that want money because they want to be in control or they want to be in power. None of us want money just for the money. It's always for an underlying emotion. So I always tell people to think about the underlying emotion right now of like, what's the reason you want money? What do you want to do with the money? What's important about the money for you? And you said it's to help other people. So what's that feeling when you help other people? How do you feel?
Yeah. Well, listen, I need to share something that I was talking to you about before. Things to serve, things to give, right? I I invite a lot of people to come to this podcast in here to talk to my YouTube channel. Okay, I go to Facebook, Instagram. I see all these people that have some beautiful gifts. Even some other peeps out there on the YouTube, channel, family as well. But not too many people answer back to me, right? Lots of people ask, uh, uh, send your channel information to me. Listen to this, no? But then they see the number of subscribers that I have on my YouTube channel. They say, I don't want to go there. It's not too many people watch this channel. Listen to this. I invited, I'm not going to say this guy's name now. I felt God because his story is very beautiful. No, so he has a YouTube channel. So I sent an invitation to him, right? So one of his assistants, he has a people working, said, oh, he said, thank you very much for the invitation, but he doesn't do this type of podcast. He doesn't go to people or other people's YouTube channel to talk about, his journey or anything like that. He's not only focusing himself and his YouTube channel, his book, he's have right now, blah, blah, blah. I say, thank you very much. I appreciate that you answer me back, right? This is true story. I'm not gonna say his name anyway. Week after, I was on YouTube. Huh, who did I saw? Him in someone else YouTube, talking about his life. But this person has millions of subscribers on YouTube channel. So he was there promoting himself. But I want to, his assistants, saw my YouTube channel, say, it doesn't worth him to go there, spending 1 hour, 2 hours talk to him, because they're not gonna help him anything. The reason I'm sharing this, and I mean, that's like I said, I'm not judging anyone, but what you did here today, what you did before, or what you're doing here, I mean, today, what you did before, it is not to help people, right? So many other people that came here before as well to help people, to share some part of the life, you know, the things they went through. So some other people say, oh my God, I went through the same thing she went through. If she survived, I can survive as well. If she's in this place right now, I can be in this place as well to help them, to encourage them, right? But once again, not with the intention just to make money or promote ourselves. They, like I said, I explain to people, you know what I mean? So why did I invite them? But my point is, no, so many people now, they are so focused on the money. They want to help, but only if the money coming behind that, they can do something. They can come here to the YouTube channel, or can do this or can do that. But the reason I'm talking about a little more about this is so important for a lot, even for a lot of young people, even for anyone, to just don't focus 100% on the money. Don't focus 100% this, or I'm not going to this talk to this YouTube channel because I only have 30 or 40 or 50 subscribers. I want to go to some place that has millions and millions so that everybody can see me. No, my friend, what I'm trying to say, if you feel the guidance, you know what I mean, to do something, do from a place of love, not from a place of expectations. What you doing here today, Christina, open yourself, giving your time, to talk, is from a place of love. What I'm doing here is the same thing, is from a place of love. My only intention, let me change, my only prayer is the universe, God, guide this conversation for the people. They need to listen to this conversation, to see you watch the video that I had with Christina, the first conversation, the things she went through, and the same thing with me. We are in a better place right now. We are in a different place right now. And sharing our story, help the others. A
Yeah.
lot of people, Christina, don't have money to pay you or pay me or a psychiatrist or a psychologist or therapist. Don't have money. They find they find a way to help themselves through us now or
Right.
someone else on
Well,
YouTube.
and we've been taught, again, this goes back to subconscious stuff, is we've been taught, and if you look at society, especially America, money is like up here. We think I mean, you see it with you see it with everything going on in the world right now, the way the world's falling apart, the way Hollywood's come crashing down. I
Yeah,
don't want to get political, but like the Epstein files stuff, you're seeing
yeah,
all this exposure around these people that made or had billions of dollars. And I'm not, money's great. Like
yeah,
if you're what you said, if your intention is to be of service. But the truth is that more of the stuff's getting exposed. So a lot of these people, even on Facebook and YouTube, that have thousands and thousands of likes, that doesn't mean they're making money. That
yeah,
just means they have thousands of
yeah,
likes. And the truth is, this whole idea of money is a lot of times we think we're going to make all this money and then we're going to get happy. But you got to get happy first, and the money will come. Because it goes back to what you said, which is, what is your intention? It's something I've tried to ask myself in everything I do. Even when we do this, it's like, what is the intention? And my intention with this was not even just to help people. It's so I can grow and learn and maybe become a bigger space holder for people. So I invite everyone to say that when they do something, is instead of focusing on money that limits us, that keeps us stuck in our primal state, if you switch it to what is my intention, that's going to be more helpful to actually bring abundance in.
yeah, 100%. See, I'm gonna share something here that I'm doing for a while. It just I visualize myself with a lot of money, right? With a lot of money. But I don't visualize myself traveling, doing a lot of things for myself. I visualize myself buying cars for people that has no car, they drive a very old car, pay, for mortgage for people, pay for education for someone's children, paying for someone hospital bills, doing things like that. The reason I'm sharing this now, so they can have a little bit idea, you know what I mean? Before I was very focused on the money. Let me back a little bit, only in the money, 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 money. When I came to America, I used to work like 17, 19 hours a day, 7 days a week to make money, money, money. My first son started growing up, up, up. I never was there for him. Anyway, so, but now I see money not just to please myself, to travel, go to place, first class in airplane, 5 stars hotels. Now, I will do those things. Don't get me wrong. I will do those things, but my focus is more is to help the others in need. This came to me, I believe, I can't even say how they came to me, but it came the way that I see it came from a place of love, like God say, this is how the way it's supposed to be, Nando. You can use the money for yourself, you can buy a better car, a better house, whatever it is, that's fine. But I don't focus only in yourself. My son, when he's with me, we always pray and meditate, before we go to sleep, right? Each night, I say different things. Sometimes he says something, things. Sometimes he don't say anything. But I always pray. Like I said, my prayer, I pray for everyone else in this planet, all life species in this planet, and I pray for all the presidents. I pray for all these billionaire people. To God, fill those people's hearts now with unconditional love. Because those people are so far, not because they are billionaire, please, it's not the point. They are so far away from love. They have so much in their hands, they can change, They can change, this plan. They can change millions and millions of people's lives. Like, I'm giving this, when I go to Walmart, right? I know the Walmart I go here close to my house, everybody's love me over there. I always spend time talking to people. Hey, they love me, when I go there, because I always say hi, joke with them. But anyway, when I make long story short, one time I was having a conversation, I'm not gonna say her name now with her. She was, I work here for 17 years, never raised. She was talking some negative things about the Walmart owners, but then I said, we need to pray for them, my friend. We
Hmm.
need to pray for them. We cannot hate them. But when I go there, I bless the store. I bless them. I bless them. I bless everyone inside the store. I pray for them. Because when we try to say, people say, oh, a lot of people judge and discriminate the rich people. When I try to say, you cannot judge or discriminate, not the rich, you cannot judge or discriminate anyone, my friend. Everyone has their own journey, but so
Hmm.
many people think they are in the right path. There are so many things they are doing the right thing. What I'm trying to say, when you pray for them, when you love them instead to judge them, we are helping them.
Yes.
That's something that I learned to myself. My mother used to be like this. I was always telling, don't judge anyone, don't criticize anyone. You know what I mean? But I totally believe, my friend. It's like, one thing that I like to share, even when we work with our clients, I know you do the same thing. Everyone that come to me, as a client or as a friend, I never look them, from the past. I want to see them in the present. And what I see in the present, I see love. I want to see compassion. I want to see gratitude in their hearts. I want to see a beautiful thing inside the person. Because when they start talk to me about the things and maybe they went through, so many things, they cannot forgive this person, they cannot forgive that person, or go on and on. When I'm trying to say, when you see them with the eyes of love first, when you love them the way the Spirit of God love us, we are help them.
Yes.
You know
So
what I
I
mean?
want to interject for 1 second because I think this is so powerful and I think this is something like so important to tell people about prayer and that. But I think why we're having this conversation today and the subconscious thing came up is because this is something I think is the next level of that. And as you were talking about this, what came to my mind was that saying, I think it's I don't know if it's in the Bible or it's just a saying, but you can give a man a fish and he'll eat for a day. You can teach a man to fish and he'll eat his whole lifetime, right? Like he'll be able to feed himself. So I believe now what needs to be more prevalent is teaching because I think what you're saying, I think the prayer, all these things, I think the next level of it is people need to learn this themselves. And I think people like you and I and these podcasts are meant to be teaching people how to because you said that you want to see the beauty in people. The issue is if somebody doesn't see the beauty in themselves, the subconscious rejects it. And then they're not able to actually make the change for themselves. Again, you're doing the prayer for them, you're sending the love to them. It's like, I think more of it needs to be as we move forward. And this goes back to even money and billionaires. You said like billionaires should be giving people sharing, giving people money, which I agree with you, but on some level I also say if actually they gave us money, how would that actually help us? Because all the money would eventually go back to them. If someone needs to be teaching how to actually be able to make the money on our own because that's the only way we can actually keep the money. It's the same thing with the fish. The only way that you can feed yourself is if you learn it. So I think that that mindset's got to be shifted. And this is the mindset about money that is stuck in our subconscious mind that we've moved through for so long, which is like, I'm not saying not to help people. I think that's so important, but I think it's more about teaching people how to help themselves. And that's what this next, whatever this new world is, I think that's the next chapter because I feel like you can pray and you can love, which is beautiful. But if people don't start to do that for themselves, how are they able to step into that power? How are they able to change? You know, I don't know. When you just talked about that, it just gave me that thought. Like,
You know, I can even explain myself a little bit more. When I talk about all this, when I pray for these people to power, I'm not just saying, you know, maybe I did express myself,
no, I
you
don't mean
know,
to like disregard what
no,
you're
no,
saying.
no,
I think
no.
what you
Listen,
said was beautiful.
the love for I have, that I have for you, Christina, is very beautiful, and I'm so grateful that we connected. But I'm trying to say because it's so many people, we can use money to help people. I'm not saying to giving people $100,000 or $1 million because I don't want to give an example. Few months ago, I saw someone. It looked like I don't say a brand new Mercedes, but it's a must be 2024, 22. It's a new model Mercedes. Mercedes is a very expensive car. Even the cheap one must be 30, $40,000 or more. But the condition, when I saw the car from outside, the condition of the car and inside, when I looked at the car, so I stopped now. So then I got inside my car and I said, hmm, what came to me, this is this. The person never had anything like that in their lives. Probably was a someone very poor, come maybe for poor family or maybe for a very poor country. It then had the car, but they don't know how to take care of something so beautiful. A car that can go to 300,000 miles, the same motor, you know what I mean? So good, to keep. But what I'm trying to say, yeah, if you give a brand new car to someone that never had, they're not gonna take care of the car. They're
Right.
gonna trash the same way the old car. What I'm trying to say to with the money is to help people. There's a lot of people live in the streets, and I mean you can build something for them, put it them in a rehabilitation place. Now if it's going to drugs or alcohol, someone they live inside the car because they lost their job. You know what I mean? I lived inside of my car few years ago, my friend, and I saw families live inside the car as well. You know what I mean? Back then, and I mean, I went through the journey for a reason. I want to say, I was even remember one time I was sleeping inside of my car, just so you have an idea, and I saw people talk. It woke me up. I saw what's his family, a husband, a wife, and three children inside the car, and I was praying for a place for myself,
Yeah.
right? And I asked God, what? The prayer that I asked you before to have a place for myself, please give to them first. Give to them first. But I'm trying to say, if I have the money that time when I saw there, and I was there, my friend, come here, I'm gonna help you guys. I'm gonna put you guys in a hotel. I was gonna talk to them, see what happened to you, why you are here. I wanna hear the story, and I'm gonna help them. So okay, I'm gonna help put a place for you guys to live, you know what I mean, food, all these things, and help them to rebuild their lives. No, just like I said, give $100,000
Right.
for them because I don't know the story. Maybe the guy has some drugs addiction or gamble addiction. They're gonna spend all their money and they're gonna continue living inside the car. That's when I pray for those people. If those people do something more with the money they have. You know what I mean? Because,
Yeah.
like I said, so many people out there, my friend, they need help. I see people sometimes, and I mean, people that I know sometimes struggling. I don't know how I'm gonna pay the rent. Oh my God, my car is breaking. I went through so many of those things before, and I was praying for someone to help me as well because I didn't have the money to fix my car. I didn't have the money for those things. But I understand why that I went through those things as well because the appreciation that I have for money now is more than before. But like I said, my prayer when I pray for those people, for God fill the hearts now with unconditional love. They can use the money in a different ways as well. Folks to make more, more and more. Last year, 2 years ago, I'm not going to say the company, but it was I love American football. Was the Washington Redskins? Now they changed their name for the Commanders. Was for sale. And this company now was gonna buy the team for over $5 billion. And but someone else bought the team anyway. So but I say, wow, this company was gonna spend over $5 billion to buy a football team because it's a good investment, right? Why, if you have all this money, why you didn't invest all this money, you know what I mean, to put a better health insurance for every single person to work for your company? You know what I mean? That's what a thought that came to me.
Yeah, yeah. No, and I think what you're saying is so important and powerful, prayer and helping people. I'm just saying when it comes to the sub, because we were talking about subconscious
Mm,
stuff, I think a lot of us say that a lot of times, like billionaires should be giving us money or billion. I'm not saying they shouldn't, they should be helping people. But
mm,
my whole point is because the way the subconscious mind works with money, and this is actually how we would change the money belief in our society, is even if those people gave everyone money, eventually everyone would lose all that money again and be poor because it's not the billionaires, it's our own subconscious programmings that have to be shifted. And this is where the awareness or the work for ourself comes in, is I think what I was trying
mm.
to bring it back around to, because that's really important.
I'm gonna say, I said again, I'm gonna say, I said before, I'm gonna say again, I love so much, Christina. Yeah, I have to agree with you 100%. I'm gonna share something a little bit. When I was living inside of my car, some people they know me. If they had listen to this, if they has money, could have helped me. All right. My son was going through a lot because his father was not there with him. I used to see my car on the weekends or during the day at the park somewhere. Take him to McDonald's to spend some time with me. But those people had money. They know me, and no one did anything to help me. Even some other people that live in a beautiful house by themselves, I asked for help. Said, "Oh, I cannot help you." But I didn't get mad with anyone. But what I'm trying to say was the way the universe, the spirit will help me to change my subconscious mind. That I can manifest something. I can change this situation that I'm going through right now. Because me, I would say, why you don't help me? You know that I'm going through this. Even his mother, my son's mother, could have helped me as well. Sleeping here on my couch. I would have done that for her, just like that, without
Right.
thinking twice. But no one did anything for me. But like you just said, was me have to. I need to work with this, my subconscious mind, this to this that I'm not capable or I cannot manifest or think those people need to help because I have money. Now, you know what I learned, I can manifest something with
Yeah.
and not just depend to anyone or think someone need to help me because they has money. They know me. They know that I'm going through this. It changed my life,
Wow.
you know. But I don't want to make this long, this story too long. But I remember back then, one thing I don't like to say too much the things I'm doing for people, like I said before. But I remember back then, I used to go to a place to get food every week, every day, and then I used to save food for me to eat later, right? But every time that I see someone, many times I did that, I used to give my food to feed someone else. I have some little bit money with me, right? And I was not the first one sleep in the park lot, so I used to see someone that has no. I was sleeping inside of my car. Some other people were sleeping in the streets, and I was passing by, and you know what I mean? I used to go to them and say, hey, are you hungry? Say, yes, come with me. Take them to a place, say, grab whatever you want, you know. It is pay for them. I'm not say this to try to say that I'm better, more special than anybody else, Christian. I'm trying to
But
say
this
that I
is your
was going through
experience.
so much back the time, you know what I mean? But I could ignore, you know, someone that has less than me. You know what I mean? I make some amazing friends. I remember this guy, you know what I mean? Uh, 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 I used to see him sometimes 2 or 3 times a week. You know, he's very dirty. He live in the streets, very dirty. His clothes, everything. I used to give some clothes to him, but I, I used to go take him to Walmart to grab some food. I used to put my arms on his arm. You know what I mean? And people was look at me, you know, and judge me. You know what I mean? So because the guys, but I want to say the smell was coming for him was the same smell is coming from you right now, my phone,
Yeah.
but a clean smell. I cannot explain how that happened. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But you know, people that live in the streets now, if you don't
Yeah.
take shower for 5 days, you
Uh-huh.
start, oh my God, this smell. The smell was coming from them was a clean person. So
What
my arm was around him. I was walking with him like my best friend inside the Walmart. So grab this, grab that. Then you go outside and he's eating there. You know, it just. But I never for a moment saw the man as a homeless person or the smell. He was smelling bad at all to me. I cannot explain that. You
Well,
know.
it seems like it was important that you helped too, like something in you. I'm interested to know like what inside you made you feel so called to help or to be there for those people.
But I will say this: that time that I spent in my car was one of the best time in my life. I explained that to my son. I told him, I know it's hard for you, Elias, to sit there over there, but your father grew so much. Your father learned so much, Elias. You have no idea. I said, I know you're too young to understand all these things, huh? But in time, I will explain to you. In time, you will understand when you grow up more, Elias. And I'm so grateful, thankful, my friend. But there, it helped my lot with a lot of things that I had inside of my,
So it
you
sounds
know.
like by helping those other people in that situation too, it was almost healing or helping whatever inside of you felt, that reflection.
But this subconscious mind, I will say this, Christina, is something powerful now. I think, people need to take a little bit more time to not think about, to meditate about a little bit, what this been causing to us now. And it is a way for us to connect with a better version of ourselves. It's a way to us to release these old programs, to release, the old self beliefs. You did so much, I did so much. We are in a better place right now, but the place we are supposed to be is there. You are going to be there, and you can be there as well, my friend. You know what I mean? I think, one of those things I always do to myself, suggest people ask for help, ask for guidance, ask for assistance for whatever that you are going through right now. And I guarantee you 100% help will come to you. I want to share something about the subconscious mind as well because I had a car before, right? Was a Chevrolet Equinox 2015. So I received a letter from the dealer offering me to trade my car to buy a new car. But because my credit is not that good, it's a long story. But I wasn't gonna go there, right? But I decided to go there because in my subconscious mind, I still feel my credit's not good. I don't have money to put it down. Who's gonna give my new car to me? You know what I mean? I went there more than one time. I tried many times before. All this conversation went to me. Anyway, I went there to the dealer, right? And Then I was there, someone came, so I got this letter here, they come here. But I was going to open my mouth to start talk about my credit. No, no, I don't know even why I come here. My credit's not that good. I don't have a money. I think I waste my time. Something can make me zip up, right? So I got inside. I said the guy, and me start some question. They has my information over there, but then he said, let me talk with the financial people. They stay here like some water. No, so I'm good. So they had some cars inside the showroom, right? So then I start walk around the car. So the door was open. I sat inside a brand new car, right? And then listen to this, Christian. This is a true story. Now, before was impossible me imagine myself walk away from a dealer with a brand new car. No money down, all the stuff. But I sat inside the car, start touch the car, look at the top, the bottom, the back. I never look at the price of the car, right? But for the first time in my life, I felt that I have the car. I felt a shift inside my subconscious mind. Listen to this. I'm
You
gonna
made a
finish this.
choice. You made a
Huh?
choice. You made a choice to get out of the old belief and to step into a powerful state.
So then I sat inside the car for a while. The car it was there, so I sat inside the car for a while. I closed my eyes. I was driving. I felt it like it was 100% real. But anyway, so then they checked my credit. It was over 640. So, oh my God. He said, you can lease a car if you want, or you can buy a brand new car. Then they show me the cars, blah, 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 blah. But make long story short, I walk away with a brand new car and pay less than half the interest that I was paying for my old car. It happened. It came to fruition. But I want to share this with you. But listen, how this subconscious mind, these things we have there. But for the first day, the second day, the third week, you know what's happening with me? The conversation inside my mind, you make a mistake. How are we gonna keep pay? Even though I pay a little bit more than my old car, all this old self beliefs now inside of myself was driving me crazy, Christina. But I once again, like you talked before, I say I did not ignore those thoughts. I did not ignore all these things that came from my old beliefs. I just start talking, ask questions, little by little, things start fading away. But
So another good thing you can do, this is awesome that you bring up this story because this is leading to what you could do to change your subconscious mind, which is your subconscious mind works on evidence. So it sees all the evidence throughout the years that made you feel like you couldn't have the car. But what you did in that moment, you sat in the car and you started to create new evidence that I'm driving the car, new evidence that this could be my car, this is my car. So your subconscious mind, the fastest way to change it is to build evidence or a case, I like to say a new case of evidence of things that are true or could be true. And how you start to build evidence is maybe you know somebody that has a nice car and you see them and that becomes your evidence. Maybe the evidence is you sit there and you imagine how you'd feel or look driving the car. Your subconscious just needs to find evidence that this is or can be true. So that's really beautiful that you did that.
I
You didn't even know.
listen, my friend, it just now on the guys the guy said let's take the car for a drive. What was the car that I said, inside, the showroom, was just a different color, but it was exactly the car I just. But I once again, I went through a war inside, my mind, and I mean, with so many things, my friend. Few years ago, I was sleeping inside my car. The other day, I looked at the car all the time, and it's so my gratitude. I said, my God, the other day I had nothing. You know, today I'm driving a brand new car. Today I have a place to live. Today I have food. Today My company is growing. Today, I have this YouTube channel. Today, I'm talking to Christina. You know, it's so many other things gonna come. But like I talked a few moments ago, it doesn't matter what you are facing right now, my friend. It doesn't matter what you went through before. It's not the end of your life. I do believe the power we have in our subconscious mind, the power we have in ourselves to create something new, to change something old, we all has the power. But I do believe that we need to believe, no. But once again, I like to say this: ask for help, ask for guidance, ask for assistance. And one thing I like to say: it doesn't matter if you believe in something, if you don't believe anything else, my friend. Ask for help, ask for guidance, ask for assistance. It will come to you. It will come to you. I'm not here at this place, you know, because I did everything by myself. No, many people came in my life in the past to help me. But like I talked before, I have to stay all these last 7 years with myself to be able, to go through another change in my life. But it was a long process, But now I can see things in a different ways. I can feel that I don't need so many things that I thought that I needed before. Once again, to change these beliefs inside of my subconscious mind that I was not able to live by myself. I was not unable to make things grow. It go on and on, like my financial, my health, my business. But I see it's possible, you know. And when I see someone, has not before, they are so successful right now. They say the same spirit they live now in that person, they are connected the person, they are connected with me, with everyone else. If they make it, if they were able to manifest all these things, I can manifest as well. When you see the others, so successful, it's just the universe showing us it's possible. When if you hear Christine's story or my story now, what we went through, so many people they are so successful right now. They are helping so many people. When you hear their stories, what they went through, you say, "No way, Jose. That person went through all those things." And now, if you know my story, my friend, I'm so grateful. When I was young, we had no cell phones or anything like that. If I tell my story, you go say, I don't believe you are the same person. I don't believe that you went through all these things. I don't believe that you did all these things. And now you are a different person. It is true. If it happened with me, if I was able to change myself, you can change yourself. Anyone can change. Anyone can connect with a better energies. Why you have this conversation here? Why you talk about the subconscious mind? Why she's a professional. She has a license. She like in the beginning, she work with over 500 clients, hundreds and hundreds, you know what I mean, with people in the workshops. Till today, the things she doing now, and she can see it's possible. And the good things, you know what I mean, that we do now with each person that we work and help, we are helping ourselves. We are learning something with them, right?
Well, that's the biggest thing is I think like I said, the biggest work I've done is the work on myself.
Yeah.
In those times when I've gone and sat alone and sat in quiet and and a lot of the work I've done has also been with other people. I've had hypnotherapists hold space for me on my journey. So I agree with what you're saying is ask for help because that's the most important step, the first step. And that's the only way really anyone can help you is if you ask. Because otherwise, if you don't ask, then we're just helping. And this is where the help actually doesn't make any change, you know? It becomes more of a force, and people don't want to be forced into being helped.
Yeah. I would love. We talk about. I respect the time you give it to me, Christina. But we talking about a lot of beautiful things here today. And I'm so grateful that we can talk about anything. We are not afraid to share anything. We don't hold anything back. so many things that I talked here today. You know what I mean? Like I said, I felt God, to share some things. I have, like I said, very private life. For the, like I said, for the things that I do for people every single day, because that's, I believe, I don't need to share all the time or post to social media the things that I'm doing for people. But there's some things that I shared with you guys today. You know what I mean? I just felt God because. I believe for some way, somehow, it's gonna help someone like she did as well. But I do believe as well that we need to be open for change. And one thing that I like to say, it is, when you ask for help, when someone's come to help, my friend, your old self, your ego, your fears, your old memories, you know what I mean, programs, whatever you like to call, is gonna pop in, you know what I mean, it try to stop in you, for you don't do anything, for you don't connect to the person. What I suggest for you, go through your fears, to not listen the voice inside your mind. You reach out for the person that universe, the God, the spirit, guide you. Can be her, can be me, can be someone else, because that person has something they are going to help. I did that in the past many times with many different people, and I'm so grateful, thankful. Was not an easy thing for me to do, to go to my own fears, my own insecurities, but I did because I asked for help. Help came. I said, "Well, I'm not going to let it go. I'm gonna take the opportunities." Listen, I know
Wonderful.
a time is up here. I don't know if you like to say anything else, my friend. I can talk in here for hours, but we've
I
been
mean, I
talking here
think
for
the only thing I want to say is I'd love to do like a little exercise real quick before we leave so that
whatever you feel guided.
we can kind of drop in because we've been talking about the subconscious mind, but I'd love for people to see how they actually, their subconscious mind, they really store a lot in their body. So let's just do a little, if everybody stayed with us this long, this is a really cool exercise and it's something you can do. It was kind of what you were saying to get in touch with like what's coming up or what you're feeling. So we're gonna just, I like to sit and close my eyes. And you can do that at home, or if you're driving, don't close your eyes. But if
Yeah.
you're somewhere you can sit and
Yeah.
close your eyes, and if you don't want to close your eyes, you can just gaze at a spot in front of you on the ceiling or on the wall. But we're going to take three nice deep breaths in through the nose, and you're going to let go or sigh something out. You can drop your shoulders as you exhale. Good. We're going to do two more of those. So just a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, I want you just to start to maybe relax your feet. So maybe if you're touching the ground or if you're sitting high in a chair, bring your feet to the ground. We're going to take one more breath here. Nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, if you want to like shake your hands or just maybe move your jaw up and down a few times. Good. And then I want you just for a moment here to let your breath be natural and start to maybe notice some of the sounds you're hearing in your space. Maybe some of the sounds you can pick up outside of the room that you're in. Just notice what you're hearing. Good. And then I want you to bring your awareness back to your body. And I want you just to take a little scan of the body. So you're not trying to change anything, but you're just observing how your body feels. So maybe notice any of the areas that are really relaxed, really soft. Maybe notice some of the spots where you hold tightness or tension. Good. And I want you to stay with your body. And I want you just to think about something right now in your life that feels like it's an issue for you. Just the first thing that comes to your mind. We all have an issue. We all have something that's in our life right now. And once you have that thing with your first impression, I want you to notice where you feel it in your body. Just trust the first thing that popped into your mind. Good. And then you're just going to notice, how does it feel in the body? What does it feel like? Maybe it's heavy, maybe it's tight, maybe it's fluttering. What do you notice? And if you could give it a color, what color would it be? Just first thing that came up. If you could give it a shape, what shape is it? Trust your first impression. And then I want you just to notice, I want you to imagine or sense or feel that color in that shape right there in your body. And I want you just to notice how it feels. Maybe notice what it's doing. And then I want you just to pretend or imagine that that color and that shape floats outside of your body. It's almost like you could just see it right in front of your face. And you're kind of just gazing at it or looking at it or just noticing that color, that shape right there. And then I want you to notice, first impression, what do you need? Just trust the first thing that came into your mind. What do you need? And what would it look like or feel like to have what you need? How would it show up in your life? What would change or be different if you had what you need? How would you move through the world having what you need? Maybe more confident, lighter. Maybe you just feel more connected. Maybe you'd be more abundant. Notice how that would feel. Good. And when you're ready, I want you just to gently open your eyes. And just take a second to maybe notice what shifted from the beginning to the end of that exercise. And so you might have noticed in the beginning some different sensations, some heaviness, some tightness, and then towards the end, maybe it got a little softer. And so this is an exercise you can do whenever you're in your mind, because our mind kind of creates a story, and our body is really going to tell us what is true, what we need, what's really going on. So I don't know if Nanda wants to share what he kind of experienced with that exercise.
Yeah, no, yeah, it was. I don't know how I'm gonna put this. For me, it was beautiful. I'm grateful, as a blessed, but there was something in my back. It came. One thing came first, but day after there was more my back. It's this. What came to me is it's kind of lack of confidence. You know what I mean? If for some reason, after I just felt, it's not that I need, but I felt, you know what I mean? How I'm gonna put this? I felt that not that I need someone, but I felt, was gonna feel good. Someone was just hold me,
Yeah.
if someone was just hold me. And then what I felt after this person was holding me, that I was not feeling more confidence with myself or feel more loved, but I was just feel something that it's not, once again, it's not a need, but something is going to connect. Something's gonna. It
Mm.
feels like now two pieces. They need to, when they connect,
Wow.
it creates something.
Wow.
It- I'm not gonna make this complicated, but it's like it is two pieces. I'm this piece here. This other one is gonna come. It's gonna connect. It's going to create something. You know what I mean?
Beautiful.
It's not a need. Once again, it's not a type of need to build
So
someone, but it's going. I don't know what's the message is. You know what I mean? I don't want to go to start asking
And
questions,
that
but
exercise doesn't have to be
yeah,
always a message, right? So you're explaining this
yeah,
the way you're explaining it is yours was more of a feeling. It's
yeah,
not necessarily maybe an answer. And that's the beauty of the exercise is you don't have to have an answer. It's more of a what you felt during it and how it shifted, right? And you said it was like something you can't even describe.
yeah. But what
Yeah.
was beautiful, I felt good now. It is. Yeah, you are amazing, Christina.
Oh, thank you. Well, that's a great
Yeah,
exercise
it is.
to shift. And here's the truth about that exercise. Sometimes we're more just aware of what's coming up. That's okay too. It's just, this is a good practice to tune in and start to be aware of how you're feeling and what you need or what would feel better.
Yeah, yeah. But anyway, Christina, I just want to say thank you very much. I just look at something here on my computer. I just hope, this thing, it look like this recording. Yeah, I just hope so. Because sometimes, my friend, some things happening here, and now with energies, and what I mean, just, I was talking to someone,
Well, we have
but
seven planets in Aries too, so it's all about Aries is the planet of war and chaos and destruction,
yeah, yeah,
which
it
is
was,
not a bad thing. It's just clearing out all
yeah.
of the unnecessary.
Yeah,
So,
last month I was talking to someone, so many things energetic start happening with my camera. Then after that was with the horror. And in the end I said, I don't think, I don't know if I said when I finish I'm gonna look see if I recorded whole things, everything's saved or not. But but I was a lot of things, but she was very cool. I was very cool. You never get upset or what about anything. But technology, something happened. Last year I was talking to someone, and then in the end everything was fine. I checked everything before I start talk with her. Then, or even she came here. She was here with me. And then after that, where did the record go? It disappeared. And she said, I felt there was maybe no, it's not the right time for this information to be out there for people. I
that's
did,
what the practice is going to be, that it's trusting that whatever is happening is exactly what's meant to be happening in the moment.
yeah,
And so that's another thing I'm noticing is, and it's something I've been struggling with and still practicing with, is like that
yeah,
trust in this higher power that creates something bigger than we're even capable of. So
yeah. But Christina, if you
thank
like to
you.
share now how people know maybe can reach out to you if there's anyone feel guided on
Oh yeah,
to
they
go
can go
to.
to my website. It's christinamafia.com. So that's CHRISTINA, Mafia, just like the mafia, but with two F's. And I'm on Facebook, and you can find me on Instagram under Christina Mafia. And you'll see the dogs there. They're in everything I do.
Yeah,
She's been sleeping here the whole time with us.
yeah, I saw that what it is that you do workshop, whatever it is that I just love that. And
They're in everything.
animals are here for a reason. I'm so love that you use them, and the people that come to you, and I mean, are connected to them as well. Allow them to be there because they are there for a reason. Oh my God!
Animals
But
and kids, they're just so open.
yeah,
Yeah.
100%. But
Well, thank
listen,
you.
listen, thanks so much again, Christina. I thank you for everyone that spent some time here with us today. Please feel free to make any comments below about this conversation today. And please don't subscribe, to this channel, my friend. Like this video this way, more people can watch this conversation as well. If you feel guided to share with someone, please do as well. I bless everyone with infinite abundance. I'm sending lots of light, love, healing energy for everyone. I love you all. Thank you for loving. Namaste. Just one moment, my friend. Let me stop this in here. Yeah, stop.